Horizontal or comparative statement analysis. Horizontal analysis or comparative statement analysis. Here I'll show you how to do this horizontal analysis or comparative statement analysis for an income statement, for an balance sheet, both. For both, how do we do this horizontal analysis? We'll see this horizontal analysis. If you see this horizontal or comparative statement analysis is an analysis of financial statement at a different period of time. Different period of time we are saying that. So this statement helps to understand comparative position of financial and operational performance at a different time periods. How assets are, how sales compared to previous year, this year sales. So like how much percentage increase or decreased. Like this, we can comparative position we can see, and operational performance of different time periods we can see that. So it's an analysis of the percentage increases or decreases of related items. How much percentage has been increasing, how much percentage has been decreasing the operational expenses, assets, liabilities, like that. So comparative statements again classified in two major things: comparative balance sheet analysis and comparative profit and loss account or income statement. These two can be analyzed in a comparative or a horizontal way. We'll see one by one. Comparative balance sheet analysis. You know that how balance sheet is been prepared, and this balance sheet is compared with the previous figures or 1 year balance sheet figures are compared with another years. Okay, so we'll see this. This is one of the company's balance sheet. This is one of Home Depot company comparative balance sheet. All figures are in millions. They are giving 31st. This is year ending. This is American company. Home Depot. This is an American company. This company, they are giving 31st December 31st 2007, December 31st 2006. 2 years of financial figures. This is balance sheet figure. Balance sheet figures, like in balance sheet you can see only assets and liabilities. Balance sheets you can see assets and liabilities. These are the assets, these are the liabilities that are been there, and they have given 2 years of statement. 2 years of statement. Say for example, in assets, if you see current assets, these current assets in 2007 and 2006 increased or decreased. If you see this 10,361 million and 7,777 million. So like this, there are 2 years figures, and this is the difference amount. How this is the difference amount, whether the percentage is increased or decreased. How do we know? How do we calculate this percentage? Amount we can calculate by deducting 2007 minus 2006 amount. By deducting this figure will come. We'll see one by one how this percentage is being calculated. Horizontal analysis, how the percentage is being calculated. How do we say that the difference? What is the difference amount? Horizontal analysis of how the percentage is been calculated. What is the difference? 2007 and 2006. If we deduct, this is the difference amount. 2584. 2584 by base year. Base year means previous year. Base year means previous year. Previous year 2006 amount. This is 2007 is the current year amount, and 2006 is the previous year. So previous year is the base year. So difference amount by previous year amount 33.2% means your current assets being increased. Your current assets are being increased by 33.2. 33.2. Okay. So this is what horizontal calculation of balance sheet. Just simple, very simple. Just you have to remember this formula. The difference amount by base year, whatever the difference is coming. So like this, for all items, we can calculate this horizontal analysis for all the figures, whatever all the items, whatever we have in the balance sheet in assets and liabilities. See simply one by one. If you see that this is a total, the same like formula, we can calculate. What are these brackets? Brackets are there in negative. Whatever the brackets that we are getting, what are this? Current installment amount, long-term debt, excluding the long-term debt. If you see this current installment, previous year 1545, current year 1250. So it's a lesser, means liabilities are decreasing, means it's good only. In liabilities point of view, liabilities means debts which we borrowed from outside. So long-term debt has been decreased. It's a very good sign. Long-term debt has been decreased. It's a very good sign. So like this, when liabilities are decreasing, okay, when liabilities are decreasing and going in a negative way, it is a good sign. And if assets are decreasing, it's not a good sign. So like this, we can have a percentage calculation by using this formula. Okay. Do you have any doubt regarding this percentage calculation? Just simply you take difference amount by base year. Base year means previous year. So just simply calculate the percentages and you can give the interpretation. Compared to previous year, the assets are being increased by 33.2%, and property and equipment is being increased by 17%, and other assets are being increased by 21%, and total assets commonly, total assets, if you see, total assets is been increased by 23%. So like this, you can have an interpretation compared to previous year. This is what the horizontal analysis. And one more thing, if you see another thing, deferred income taxes payment is been decreased with 3.1%. So any liability which is decreasing means it is a good sign for the company. So like this, we can have analysis, horizontal analysis for a balance sheet. And comparative income statement, this is a balance sheet analysis, and comparative income statement, that is horizontal analysis for income statement. Income statement is different from balance sheet. Balance sheet will show only assets and liabilities, but income statement will show sales, expenses, profits, and losses. It will show in an income statement. How do you do this comparative income statement analysis? It's the same like we are how we compared with the current year with the previous year. The same way, income statement also is been prepared with the previous year. So under this analysis, only profit and loss account is been taken to compare with the previous year figures, to compare with the statement. So previous year income statement, I already told you, income statement or profit and loss account, both are same. Income statement or profit and loss account, both are same, just terminology is different. And this analysis helps to understand the operational performance of the business concern. Operational, how they are operating their business, how the operating expenses are been increasing or decreasing, how the operating profits are been increasing or decreasing. So like this, we can see by comparing the previous year. The same like this is income statement, the same like Home Depot company, same like income statement here also. How we are comparing this cost of merchandising sold, whatever the cost of goods sold, that we can say that. And majorly, if you see the sales net means sales minus sales returns will come. Sales, how the same formula will come to compare this difference by whatever the difference between these 2 years, whatever amount you are getting by base year. Base year means previous year. So that is what 17% means. Net sales is been increased by 17% compared to previous year. It's a good sign. It's a good sign for the company. Net sales has been increased Just it is a percentage calculation. And cost of goods sold, or the cost is also has been increased. Sales is been increased at the same time. Cost is also been increased. Somebody's mic is on. Right, like this, you can compare. You can do all the comparative analysis by every item, for every situation. You can take and you can do the interpretation. So this is what horizontal analysis of income statement and a balance sheet. Income statement and a balance sheet. Like this, you can calculate this thing. And I think I may give you the individual assignment based on this horizontal and vertical analysis. I may ask you to take any company balance sheet or income statement, balance sheet and income statement you take, and you try to calculate horizontal and vertical analysis you have to do, and you have to submit the interpretation as your individual assignment. I'll tell you after this class how to do that. Individual assignment.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Is it a good sign that positive 16.7 for cost of merchandise sold?
Cost of merchandise sold, it is not a good sign, because the cost is been increasing means it's not a good sign. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
It's not a good sign. Cost is increasing means your sales increasing as well as your cost, whatever operating expenses cost is also been increasing. Yeah.
Okay.
So that it will affect on your gross profit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cost of goods sold is less. Your gross profit would be more
increased. Okay.
It's not a good sign.
No.
That's why, like this, we can do the interpretation. Like this, we can do the interpretation. Means company is not managing good. Sales is been increasing means I think they are spending more expenses. They are spending more expenses in terms of traveling, in terms of direct expenses. Manufacturing cost may be more, and raw material cost may be more. That's why this cost is more. So it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. So like this, we can do the interpretation of income statement by doing a horizontal analysis. So this is what a good practice. This is what a good practice for analyzing the horizontal way. And let's see that vertical way, vertical analysis. If you have any doubts regarding the horizontal analysis, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll go for a vertical analysis. Vertical analysis of a financial statement. If you see.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is any way that the cost of merchandise, percentage of cost of merchandise would be more than the sales?
Sometimes, yeah, you may get gross loss in that case. In that case, if your cost of this thing, merchandise sold is more than your sales, means you get loss, gross loss.
Okay.
It is a worst performance by the company. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So like this.
I have one question.
Yeah.
I can, when we interpret this horizontal analysis,
yeah,
in what way both sales and cost of merchandise sold are increasing? When we see the cost of merchandise sold, it is unfavorable or not good. In other ways, the sales, net sales increase, it is favorable. In what way we analyze, we conclude in this way?
Okay. In what way you can conclude is that we can conclude when you take the competitive company, the same competitive company, how their cost of merchandise for the same product. We can take effective analysis by taking the competitive company, your competitor company, the same company which is in the same business, same existence. Then you can take their gross profit or cost of merchandise percentage and your company cost of merchandise. Then you can compare effectively. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right. Like this. But for this point of view, cost of merchandise sold, we cannot take competitors. Otherwise, you can take. I think you can take commercial banks. If you see these commercial banks are any company which is leading with the same product, you can take two companies and you can compare horizontal analysis with the two competitive companies. Not only 2 years of the same company, two competitive companies also can be compared. That is also possible, but for time being, but the same company, you can take the same comparative analysis for the same company. Okay, it's a good question. When you compare with a competitive company, it would be an effective analysis. Next one is that vertical analysis. Vertical analysis, if you see, I already told you top to bottom analysis. Vertical analysis, a percentage analysis, it is also can be used to show the relationship of each component to the total within a single statement. Here we are comparing the each item with a total assets are there. Total assets are being compared with the current asset. Total assets are being compared with the debtors. Total assets like this we'll show. I'll show you next slide. I'll show you vertical analysis, how it can be done. In vertical analysis, the total means the total assets are taken as a 100% of item on the balance sheet of a total assets. Okay, the total of 100 items on income statement is the total sales. Total sales can be taken as 100 and compare with the other items. So I'll show you that how it is. Vertical analysis of balance sheet. You see, previously we have taken a horizontal analysis. Horizontal analysis we have taken previous year and change amount by previous year we have calculated the percentage. But here in vertical analysis, we are taking total as a percentage. Here vertical means top to bottom to top. Bottom to top. That's why vertical analysis we said that. Horizontal analysis like this we have done. Yeah, like this we have done. Vertical analysis we are doing like this. Now 100% total assets. We can say that the total assets are being taken as 100 here. The same we are taking 2006, 2007 current year, 2006 previous year. The same 2 years we are taking, but we are doing vertically by taking the total assets. Total assets can be taken as 100%. Then now we'll see that total assets we are taking 100%. How do we calculate this? This 100% is been compared with the this 100% is been compared with the other components. We'll see this one by one. Oh, sorry. Here first let's see this. Wait. Vertical analysis. This has been done. Right. This 100 we are taking here is a sales. Sales is 100. Ms. Gano.
Yes.
Yeah, your cursor is been moving. Why you are doing that?
I'm not doing.
Right. So write this. We can take that income statement. If you take that sales we are taking as 100%. Out of this 100% total sales, what is the cost of merchandise sold out of 100%? We'll see one by one. Then if we take sales, we are taking as 100% here. Sales we are taking as 100% here, and vertical analysis we can take like this. Each component. Next component is what? Cost of, because in income statement sales is a major component. Remaining all components are contributing or changing based on the sales only. Sales is a major aspect. So that's why sales is we are taking as a 100%. Compared to this, what is the cost of merchandise sold? Cost of merchandise sold. Here we can take each component is a numerator, sales is a denominator. Each component, each and every component we take as a numerator, and sales we take as a denominator in common for all components. Net sales is a common for all components. Okay, so numerator we are taking this. See, cost of merchandise sold. Cost of merchandise sold for 2006 we are calculating. We are calculating for 2006. Cost of merchandise sold 32,057 million by sales 45,738. Means cost of merchandise sold is how much? 70%. Cost of merchandise sold is 70%. If your sales is 100%, your cost of merchandise sold is 70%. Cost of merchandise sold is 70%. Like that, if we take another example, here 2007, if we take 2007, cost of merchandise sold by net sales in 2007. 2007 cost of merchandise how much? 37,406. 37,406 by net sales is common. 2006 7 net sales 53,553. Means in cost of merchandise sold in 2006 70% it was there. In 2007 69.9%. 69.9% means cost of merchandise sold is been decreased compared to previous year. So like this, it's a good sign or bad sign? Cost of merchandise sold, cost is been decreased from 70 to very minor, but it's okay. It's minor, but it's okay. So like this, this fellow again is saying that 10 minutes is there. Immediately we have to change to Google Meet. No chance.
I think it's a good sign.
It's a good sign, yeah. That's why I'm telling you. Even though it is very minor, cost has been decreased, but it is a good sign, yeah?
Yeah.
Like this. So like this, compared to the sales, how much it is been percentage each component. Here we are comparing with the sales. We are comparing with the sales as a major component. So it's a good sign. So like this, some interpretation for management, even for employees, they can understand. And if they hand over this horizontal analysis statements to the banks, they will see how the cost is been moving, how the cost is been increasing or decreasing, how the cost gross profit is been increasing and decreasing. So like this, by seeing this performance of the statement, banks will provide the loans, shareholders will invest in your company, suppliers will supply the material to you. So like this, there are many benefits. There are many benefits by doing this analysis. We can show your performance in the form of percentages calculation. So this is what vertical analysis for an income statement. Vertical analysis for an income statement. So like this, you see, I calculated vertically for all 2007. This is, I think it's a mistake. I think it's a 2006. It is. It's a mistake is there. Just to rectify it. Here, instead of putting a 2007, I put to 2006. We have to put here. Just a mistake. Just you don't get confused. And 2007. So like this, you can compare all components, whether it has been increasing or decreasing. Now we have done 2006 and 2007. You see the gross profit. Gross profit, you see. Gross profit in compared to sales, 2006, 29.9%. And here?
30.1.
30 point. Because here cost of merchandise sold has been decreased, yes?
Yeah,
that's why gross profit has been increased.
Yeah.
It's a good sign for the company. So like that, you can compare. We'll see net income. Net income, any change is there? Yeah. Net income, a slight change is there. Yeah.
Yes.
Previously,
Yeah.
5.6% has been increased, but currently 5.7%. Slightly, net income is also been increased. So like this is type of a vertical analysis that we can do. Because if you have a blackboard and chalk, we can use a blackboard and chalk and we can explain. But anyhow, I put every solution and problem also on the slide only. You need not to do any particular calculation. That's why I prepared these slides for easy understanding. Like this, you can have the analysis, vertical analysis like this compared to the sales. So this is vertical analysis of income statement. And if you see this, a vertical analysis of income statement, balance sheet is also same. I forgot balance sheet. Did I keep that balance sheet here? Yes. I kept vertical analysis of balance sheet also. We have passed that, I think. Here, vertical analysis of balance sheet also there. So see, same calculation. Total assets is been taken as a 100%. 100% we have taken here. If you see this a balance sheet, income balance sheet analysis, we can say that total assets is been taken as a 100%, and compared to this, and each component can be taken. Current assets, this component numerator is a particular component which you are comparing, and denominator total assets of that particular year. Okay, total assets is a particular year. So like this, we can compare current assets 10,361 million and total assets 26,394 for 2007. So the total current assets portion in total asset is 39.3%. So now we'll see that 2006 like this, total 2007 we have calculated by using the same formula. Denominator is the same, total assets. When it comes to the liabilities, numerator would be total liabilities. Okay, whatever the 100%, whatever the 100% we are taking, that would be the denominator. Numerator is these components. So like this, we can compare, and we'll see this 2006 and 2006. We'll see that how it is been moving. I think clearly visible. Yeah, right. Now you see that balance sheet comparison. Now we have calculated here the same formula. In 2006 also same formula we are using. 2006 also same formula we are using. We'll see this. Now total calculation is done in 2007 and 2006. If you see current assets, the previous year 36.4%. In current year 39.3%. Current asset span increased. Is it good or bad?
Good.
It's good, because if a current assets is there, means more liquidity with the company. Company can pay current liabilities. We will see current liabilities. At the same time, if we see current liabilities, previous year 20% is there, current year 24% is there. Here current assets also increased, current liabilities also increased. Okay, as per the current liabilities, they are maintaining current assets. It's a good sign, because current assets are being used to pay the current liabilities. Current assets are being used to pay the current liabilities. If current liabilities are more and current assets are less, then it's a liquidity problem will be there with the company. They cannot pay to the supplier. They cannot pay to the interest. They cannot pay taxes. Like this, current liabilities current liabilities 24%, 24.6%, and current assets 39%. So current assets are more than current liabilities percentage. So it's a good sign company is doing well. They have enough current assets to pay current liabilities. So like that, we can have a analysis and interpretation for each and every components which we calculated under vertical analysis. We are comparing with each component with a total component. You see total component, current liabilities components with the total liabilities. Like this, we can have a vertical analysis for analyzing the balance sheet, and income statements. So this is what we required this thing. So this is what the calculation of vertical and horizontal analysis. So try to understand this. And the next technique is that trend analysis. Third technique is the trend analysis. Trend analysis, yes, how it has been moving, the trend. It is same like horizontal analysis only. It is same like horizontal analysis only, but a small difference is there. Small difference is there. We'll see that one by one. Trend analysis. I think we have again only 50 seconds. I think 40 seconds. I think we have to remove this this thing. Immediately you have to habituate Google Meet. By next week, all of you should be ready with Ms. Gano, unnecessarily I gave a controlling to you. You are controlling, your mouse is coming here. I'll change your controlling system. Right.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes.
On the slide, the total asset is not correct. Calculate total asset on the balance sheet.
Is it anything change?
Yeah, the number